Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Wonder and Widget Race Guide! In this episode, we're going to be covering the Warforged from the Eberron setting. We'll be talking about what they are and what they do, so without further ado, let's get into it! Warforged are automatons that were made to fight in what eventually became known as the Last War. Now they live out their days with newfound sentience and sometimes a longing for purpose that goes beyond what they were designed for. As a Warforged, you gain a +2 bonus to Constitution and a +1 bonus to any other stat of your choice, which gives you both guaranteed durability and some strong versatility. Warforged are typically over 6 feet tall, and your size is considered medium. Your base walking speed is 30 feet. You're typically going to be anywhere from 2 to 30 years old if you're playing in the Eberron setting, and you're immune to magical aging effects. As far as your abilities, well, oh boy, you get a lot of them. Your first ability is Constructed Resilience. This gives you advantage on saving throws against being poisoned, and you have resistance to poison damage. You don't need to eat, drink, or breathe, you're immune to disease, plus magic can't put you to sleep, and you just don't need to sleep in general, kind of. It is important to note that you are considered to just be a humanoid, you aren't actually considered a construct. Obviously, if you want to be considered a construct and a humanoid simultaneously, that is something that can be discussed with your DM. Anyway, you not needing to sleep ties into your second trait, Sentry's Rest. Whenever you take a long rest, you have to spend at least 6 hours inactive. You have to remain motionless for the entire 6 hours, but you're not considered unconscious, and you can see and hear as you normally can. Your third trait is Integrated Protection. With this ability, you gain a few neat bonuses. Firstly, you gain a passive +1 bonus to your AC. Secondly, you can only wear armor you're proficient with, and you essentially have to merge it into your body. This process takes 1 hour when you're putting it on or taking it off, but while you're wearing it like this, it can't be removed from you at all unless they pry it from your cold, dead robot hands. Finally, you have Specialized Design. It's pretty simple and straightforward. You gain 1 skill proficiency of your choice and 1 tool proficiency of your choice. This ability gives you even more versatility in terms of how you construct your build. Now that we know what your abilities do, we can talk about how to get the most out of them. Constructed Resilience grants a ton of strong passive abilities to you. Your general resistance against poisons makes you very durable, as poison is a surprisingly common damage type possessed by a wide variety of different foes. Not needing to eat, drink, or breathe means that you can go for long periods of time in harsh environments like the middle of a desert or the bottom of the ocean and feel just fine. Plus, your party can stuff you in something like a bag of holding for hours without having to worry about you. Immunity to disease and sleep can help against certain niche enemies as well, as it prevents you from being affected by spells like sleep or contagion. Sentry's Rest makes watch a lot easier on your other party members, and if danger does show up, you can be quick to act since you're essentially just willingly being a statue for 6 hours a night. This will interrupt your long rest, obviously, but since you don't need to rest for quite as long as a regular humanoid, this may make it a little easier to stay on schedule. Integrated Protection stacks with things like the Defensive Fighting style, which allows you to have hilariously high AC early on. I'll go into this a little bit more when talking about class synergies, but oh my lord, it gets nuts. Plus, if you were to get captured or otherwise fall into a situation where someone would want to take your armor off, they're out of luck. Free skill and tool proficiencies are great, and it ties in well to your flexible +1 ability score increase. Speaking of flexibility, Warforged works great with literally every class. Thanks to Integrated Protection, fighters and paladins can have 20 AC at first level just by stacking Chainmail, a shield, Integrated Protections buff, and the Defensive Fighting style. Every single class benefits from the AC bonus, and it works whether you're wearing armor or not, and it also works with unarmored defense, so even monks and especially barbarians get to have fun with it too. Spellcasters like the extra constitution for concentration checks, Every class likes the extra HP from having a higher constitution, barbarians get to have a little bit more AC right off the bat, and because your +1 to your ability scores is flexible, you can give a small boost to your spellcasting stat or your weapon attack stat. No matter what class you play, your passive bonus to AC, resistance to poison, and resistance to some other spell effects will ensure that you are far more durable than average. With the right build, a Warforged fighter can be absolutely unstoppable, reaching levels of AC that no group of foolish bandits could ever think possible. As a bonus, getting free skill and tool proficiencies allows frontliners like fighters and paladins to mix their absolutely absurd tankiness with some additional versatility off the battlefield. During the last war, Warforged were generally built for specific tasks. Some were strong and sturdy frontliners, others were swift and sneaky, making them the perfect scouts. It's also entirely possible that you were built for another specific purpose that goes beyond just fighting in war as well. When making a Warforged, consider what your character was made for, as well as what they're looking to do with themselves now. Many Warforged found themselves lacking purpose after their time in the war. Did you become an adventurer to find a new purpose? Have you already found another purpose that drove you toward adventuring? If so, what is it? Well, I think that just about covers all of it. If you liked the video, be sure to like it and share it around. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, as well as follow us on Twitter at WonderandWidget to ensure that you're up to date on all of our latest content. Finally, be sure to leave a comment with any thoughts that you have about the Warforged, or about some topics that you'd like us to cover in future videos. I hope I've constructed a solid case for why you should try out the Warforged, and I hope that you have a lovely day.